The United Kingdom Independence Party continues to shake up the political status quo, winning a second seat in Parliament. UKIP, which is pushing for the UK's exit from the European Union, is particularly gaining popularity in working class areas with its tough on immigration stance.
We can govern ourselves, we can trade freely with the rest of Europe, we can control our own borders and make our own trade deals with the rest of the world.
Two Conservatives have defected to the party in recent months, a move which triggered by-elections in both of their constituencies. On Thursday night, Mark Reckless won in Rochester and Strood, an area he said came 271st in a list of winnable seats, and that, quote, if UKIP can win here, we can win across the country.
You are my boss. I stepped down to ask your permission to join UKIP. You hired me again. You remain my boss. Don't let me forget it.
Douglas Carswell was the first victory for UKIP in the seaside resort of Clacton in October. And when he returned to the British Parliament's House of Commons last month as the UK's first UKIP MP, he was met with laughter from former colleagues.
Provisoire.
In the European elections in May, UKIP came top of the European polls in the UK. They won 24 seats in the European Parliament, a victory the party leader claimed the most extraordinary result in British politics for 100 years. Speaking on election night, Nigel Farage made his position clear.
I don't just want Britain to leave the European Union, I want Europe to leave the European Union. I don't believe that flag, that anthem and that president, whose name no one knows, really represent what Europe should be.
Census figures suggest the number of migrants in England and Wales has doubled in the years between 2001 and 2011, and UKIP claim that with the current open-door border controls, millions more people have the right to move to the UK, something that UKIP want to restrict. But their position hasn't been popular with some, as illustrated on the campaign trail in Nottingham back in May, where Mr Farage was hit by an egg. In the past, UKIP have been dismissed as a protest vote by the ruling Conservative Party and their opposition, the Labour Party. Now, with 6 months to go until a general election, both mainstream parties' positions on Europe are changing as they feel increasing pressure from the public on what they plan to do about immigration. But that hasn't stopped them taking a swipe at UKIP, this one from the London Mayor at October's party conference.
Do we intend to fight the next election under the Conservative banner and no other? Are there any defectors or here?
In the coming weeks, Prime Minister David Cameron is expected to give an update on how he plans to curb immigration from within the EU. Until then, his Conservative Party, who are currently in a coalition with the Liberal Democrats, will be looking very closely at how they lost a seat that until now was clearly their territory.